Hey, Gems. Y'all got to forgive me because I've been on a mission all week. First of all, I'm going to say this first. We're going to talk about everything. Y'all got a topic you want to bring up? Put it in the chat. I'm going to read it. We're going to talk about everything. We got a lot of catching up to do. Okay, first of all, everything I'm about to say is for entertainment purpose only. If it hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. And it is all alleged. Second thing I got to say is happy Mother's Day to every woman up here who have bared a child, taking care of a child. You know, happy Mother's Day to mothers who has raised their daughters as fine as me. Well, like I told y'all the other day, me and my husband have supported 17 mothers, and we gave them this. We gave them a thing of flowers. We had this, and we also gave them one of these. So happy Mother's Day. I wish I could give you all one. And I want to say that we're truly blessed to be here and to have mothered children. Hi, Sean. Hi, Miss Bugs. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Miss uh, Gurin. Okay, I have a problem with your name, but I know who you are. Also, I want to advertise this book, Delirium. Baby, this is written by our very own Mildred. You know, cocktails and conversations, Delirium. When I say this is just the first part of a trilogy, it's $9.99, and you can get it on Amazon. This is a good read, okay? Y'all got to get with it, okay? I just want to tell y'all that I have missed y'all. I have been very busy. I'm not going to lie. It has been very, very, very hard on me. This will be the first Mother Day without my mother. And you know, I buried her a couple of weeks ago, like about a month ago, I buried her. So it's hard for me, but baby, I got plans for me and my mama, okay? I'm going to be sitting out there talking to her with my white hat on, honey, because I'm going to take y'all to a little bit of church today, okay? So let me tell y'all, before we get to the good gossip in the news, baby, I was going to do a parody with Prosperity Thick Girl. And I was going to do this parody on Misdiagnosis and Tweety. But I was going to be Tweety, okay? Because I didn't want to act like Misdiagnosis. Now, I've always told y'all in the past that I would not really, really mess with Misdiagnosis because I know Misdiagnosis had a real diagnosis. I knew that. And I didn't want to say anything funny or, in my opinion, or for entertainment purposes that would trigger her. Well, the other day, somebody sent me a video of mixed diagnosis, and she was being admitted into a hospital. No, I don't know if it's mental. I don't know what it was. She was in a hospital and she had her daughter there. And listening to the short video, it brought water to my eyes. I mean, tears. Like, I was like, I said, I can't mess with this lady. So I'm going to have to cancel that parody. But believe me, there's going to be some parodies. We got Real Housewives of Atlanta to finish. We got all kinds of shows that's on TV that I can do a good parody and make y'all laugh. Listen, all this nonsense that's going on at these times, we have to do things that will make you laugh. I try to do my shorts. If y'all do not watch my shorts, my videos, I try to put one or two up there every day to make y'all laugh or smile or remember some of the music from back in the day. So I don't pay a lot of the noise no attention, not less, we're going to spar. And to me, it's getting a little bit tired with, going back and forth with people that I can't see your face, okay? So me and Tim last night came up on Instagram and we entertain a little bit, because when I say that me and Tim together have been running to make sure that we take care of moms and we pass these out, and we've both been running different directions all day. We're going to go to a good movie tonight. I'm going to see Accountant 2. We're going to go to a good movie, and we're going to just relax, max, and relax. And it's been raining a little bit earlier today, but it's hot out now. I was going to get in the pool. I just changed my mind. I'm not going to get in the pool. But y'all, hey, Tanya. Me and my husband, we had our first major debate. And the debate was about, somebody totaled my Escalade the week after my mom, okay? Totaled my Escalade, and I just didn't want another Escalade because of what's going on with the tariffs and stuff like that. So even though the body of my Escalade was not tore up, like the engine or the doors, the back door and the gas line was destroyed. And they were saying that it would cost more to fix. And so they totaled the car. So they immediately paid off the car, and they gave me a check for $50,000. Now I did not know that my husband was going to buy another Escalade. I wanted a Denali this time, or a Suburban, or something like that, American made. I wanted everything where every part was made in America. And so I didn't want that. So, my husband is serious. He is a praying man. When I say every night, he pray for me. He just prays a lot, okay? And so I came in yesterday and told him, listen, go ahead and buy the Escalade if that's what he want. I got 5 cars, so I've been driving. It ain't like I need a car. I have transportation, and it's good looking. I got a 61 Chevy. My husband got his favorite van. We got a Titan, and we got another little car out there that we let our kids use when they come home, or any visitors that come and visit us and they got to get around. We let them drive the car. So we got cars, okay? So we are good with that. We are blessed. My husband came up and said, yeah, I heard somebody say about my one leg. I'm going to tell you something. My husband is one happy little one-legged man, and we are very happy. And I just wanted people to see his demeanor, that I am a woman who tells my husband everything, even if it's sad, happy, different, I tell him. And so we have a good line of communication. But, I'm not going to worry about what anybody say to me, and I'm just going to keep a chucking, because I really go outside on the grass, whether it's wet grass or dry grass, every single day. I actually have a life. And like I said, me and my husband, every day, every single day, there's not one day that we wake up and thank God for opening our eyes that we do not help someone every day, every single day. And that's what makes me happy about my husband. He has a giving heart just like me. And that's why God keep blessing me. He keep blessing me, so I want to hit y'all on that. So y'all make sure y'all grab this book, Delirium, A Tale of Sex and Love. It's by our very own Mildred. And it is on, y'all, this is Mildred, y'all. There was a surge attraction from the moment Omar and Patricia met, a spark of desire that couldn't explain or deny. Just one time wasn't enough. Oh my God, $9.99. This is a good read, baby. I just want y'all to know it is very good. Listen, I like to thank all the women up here who support me. And some of y'all be like my mama in my head, and say, no, Marcella, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. I just, sometimes you got to let it out, y'all. And then I got to say, forgive me. But let me tell you what's been going on. And this is real tea. Real tea. Let's say that in America today, it is not safe for anybody, not just Black folk, white folk, people that's different. It is, hey, Q, that's my girl. Is her book on Kindle? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's on Kindle, but when she come up in here, because she'll be in here sometime today, it's not safe. Now, I'm going to tell you that our beloved number 47 have been dismantling everything. And he actually made May 8th a holiday. Of what? I don't know. Okay. But it's been some sneaky link stuff going on. So I wanted to tell y'all that this nut overlooked Trump abruptly fires Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, the first woman and the first Black American to hold this role. Walked in and told her she had no job, okay? The Librarian of Congress via email, y'all. Via email on May 8th, Hayden made history in 2016 as the first woman and first Black American to lead the institution. Her abrupt removal with no official explanation from the White House has drawn strong backlash from lawmakers who praised her efforts to modernize the library and promote diversity. Critics are calling the dismissal politically motivated and harmful to public access to information. Hayden has recently testified before Congress regarding delays in the modernization project. Yes, she was Black. She was the first Black. Now, I'm going to tell you, he has also wiped out our museum in D.C. and is distributing the Black artifacts in D.C. He's also trying to take away Martin Luther King's Day. Anything that we celebrate, but I want y'all to know, go away from my page with this today. We don't celebrate what we had. We celebrate what's in our heart. We don't have to be celebrated, but we got to remember one thing is where we came from is to where we're going. You got to remember, we've been fighting hard since 1964. We've been fighting hard, boots to the ground, and they trying to take it away from us. But remember, when you hear in your town or city that people are marching, you march yourself on your couch and you relax because he is trying to wipe out our slave history. I mean, you even got some BB Black women talking about, was we really in slavery? Girl, you gonna ride off the backs of the real riders. We the riders. And so I really don't understand all of this stuff, but guess what? When is this gonna stop? Because right now, facts, the United States is not protected at all. Our cyber is not protected. Nothing is protected. And we got people out here telling us we need to be careful. We need to watch our backs. Now, let me tell you this. I got this from Millie Chon. Okay. So listen to this from Millie Chon.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chon. And these two HBCUs have a lot going on right now. We got a lot of things that's dealing with sports, academics, and also presidents. So let's go. Okay, this is all alleged because I was not there. Okay, I have talked to Jacksonians and the internet. So ride with me. I did not know that Jackson State cannot hire their own presidents. They have to go through the Institute of Higher Learning, because this is not the first time that what we're going to talk about, the thing that has happened. So word on the curb is that Dr. Marcus Thompson has resigned due to the fact that he was allegedly caught on tape with students that happened to be male students at Jackson State, right? Word on the curb is his wife has seen these videos, and a parent saw the video, went to the school, told them they had to do something. So effective immediately is the option they gave him. Because they said we can fire you or you have the option to resign. So that's exactly what he did. That If allegedly that's what happened, is wild. The reason Dr. Marcus Thompson was there, the man I just finished talking about, is because he replaced this man. Because this man allegedly was caught with a female student. Allegedly. He was let go, and Dr. Thompson replaced him. And before him, there was a whole situation happening at a hotel. What is going on down there in Jackson? Then on top of that, Valley State, my father's alma mater, right? They have been banned from anything extra for the football season this year. So it was due to academics. The scores were so low that they're not going to not let them have a football season. But let's just say, if they do more than their 1-11 season from last year, was it last year? Hold on. Yes, they went 1-11 last season and haven't won more than 5 games in a season since 2006. So they can play ball this year, but if they happen to get in a championship, they're not going to be able to go. If there's a playoff, they're not going to be able to do it. Let me show you why. The NCAA have punished Valley State and Jackson State due to academic progress report scores. That is crazy. So this is how the scores go, right? This is the NCAA.
Now, let me tell you something. Not only that, they have been taking fundings from all HBCs. All Black schools have lost their funding. Now, this was my question. We got a lot of millionaires and billionaires who graduated from these universities. Y'all need to reach back. Y'all need to reach back. The problem is that people are not reaching back. Now, I'm going to tell you something that customary that don't happen. The issue with JS and Envy is a mess. It is. But guess what? This don't happen in white schools. This don't happen in white universities for the upper crust. Come on, Paris Hilton told you a whole story on how she went to, her mother would send them to this place, and she was repeatedly raped. But you ain't heard the name of the person who allegedly raped her. But let me tell you something else that happened in Texas. I'm going to tell you how they are trying to break us Black folk, okay? Look what happened here. Dallas couple sues Texas after the state took their newborn for a month because they chose an at-home midwife birth over tradition. A Black couple is suing Texas after their newborn was taken from them for nearly a month. Tamika and Rodney Jackson, married couple, say they followed their licensed midwife care plan for their baby mild jaundice instead of rushing to the ER. But their pediatrician called the police and CPS without fully understanding their choice, leading to the baby being removed and placed in foster care. Now, how many women select to have a midwife and their child is not taken, and they have verification that they followed their midwife's instructions, and their baby got taken from a month? You know, the month that you put your baby skin to skin, your baby knows who mom is. They're taking our Black children. Real tea. They're putting our children in foster care. Now, I want to pose a question to y'all. Diddy did it. Diddy did it. But do y'all think Diddy could do this without the help of white, powerful men? what in the John Brown ham sandwich is going on. But I'm going to show you something. And it's factual. But we're going to say alleged if this story was true. That Mr. Sean Combs had a very white, very wealthy man. He was in a relationship, a very deep relationship, and it was well known. Okay? And Diddy is standing there on trial. Cassie was allowed to come back and testify against Diddy and tell her side. But baby, word on the curb is Cassie was down with it. She was not resisting. Do y'all know that Cassie was allowed to leave the house to go shopping and places she wanted to go? And when somebody put Cassie on today was coming after Diddy, all of a sudden, Diddy said, I'm going to sue this liquor company, and boom, bam, Cassie comes out with this lawsuit. But wait a minute. Look at this video.
So many dots before the picture paints itself. And that's exactly what we're doing. So let's finish this portrait we got going of Diddy's
boyfriend,
Ron Burkle. In the first video, we went over some of Ron's good friends, like Bill Clinton. It said that they were so close that he had a room in Burkle's house. They even flew to Africa for humanitarian aid on Epstein's plane.
Allegedly.
There's Weinstein, Michael Jackson, even Leonardo DiCaprio, where you'll always find Ron's name on the guest list at his birthday parties. But one real interesting friend that Ron Burkle made along the way, Anne Hathaway. Well,
boyfriend.
Her ex, anyway. He actually scammed Ron and some other investors out of millions, saying he had special permission from the Vatican to sell real estate. But of course he didn't. And last but not least, there's one more friend that Ron met through his investments. It's pretty interesting. He bought a bunch of high-end resorts that are around the world called the Soho House. Typical private club, they got them everywhere. And it's pretty much the names you think you would see as far as members of the Soho House go. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Tigger, Billie English. And this is where she meets Harry. Now listen to this.
Out there that Megan and old Ron here, let's just say she worked her way to the top. But I can't provide any receipts for that, so moving on. All right, in the first video, we saw how Ron owned Neverland Ranch, but he actually owns a bunch of different properties, like one of Bob Hope's old mansions. He also owns the Harold Lloyd Estate in Green Acres, California. This is where he holds fundraising events with people like John Legend and Lady Gaga. That's actually how he met Bill and raised $3.5 million for Al Gore. Now, something about Ron that's more interesting than his friends list is the passing of his son. Is this man here? Andrew Burkle.
27-year-old Andrew Burkle, the son of Ron Burkle, seen on some of this viral video right now, was found dead last night in his Beverly Hills apartment. Authorities have yet to officially identify.
Andrew was a film producer, and through his dad's talent agency, he met people like members of Linkin Park.
And
just like his dad, Andrew had his own friends. Specifically,
That
this man
one.
here.
That
This is
one.
Quincy Brown. This is Kim Porter's son and Diddy's adopted son. They were actually supposed to meet the day after Andrew passed. It even said in their text that they were gonna discuss a plan of action for 2020. I wonder if they found out what their dads are really into. Now, if you've made it to this far in the video, I'm assuming you're more awake than most people.
Let's get this together. Andrew Burkle was taken up out of here because Mr. Brown, Quincy Brown, allegedly was asking about his relationship with Diddy. But you don't see Ron Burkle on the witness list to testify against Diddy. They were close. Another thing about Ron Burkle is the godfather, factually, to Diddy's twins. You are right. But you don't see him on this witness list. They are distracting us with nonsense. Let me tell you one of the nonsense. They're going to call Michael B. Jordan. They call him Michelle. They calling all these people that are not relevant. They bringing up cases, old cases. Now, Cassie, they told us they could not persecute Diddy for Cassie. But now you got Cassie's pregnant, getting ready to tell it. Okay. They are talking about DJ Khaled. Is he on this witness list? Because Khaled was a headhunter, allegedly. If y'all don't know what headhunter means, we had so many people trying to fit in to be in, and we don't have any children testifying against Diddy. Where are these children testifying behind closed doors, saying this is what Mr. Combs did to me? You got a whole lot of people saying a whole lot of stuff. And guess what? They have juror, I think, number 37 or 47. They can't find juror number 37 or 47. Let me tell you, this, not juror, but witness, have disappeared. I'm telling you, as fast as they're upcharging Diddy with things, they are taking charges off. And while we over here worrying about some bull lang lang, is some stuff happening right before our eyes. They're not talking about all these things that Trump is removing. He's removing a lot of things from our community. He's taken away vouchers for Section 8. But baby, put a 1 in the chat. If you believe, put a 1 in the chat if you believe only Black people live in Section 8. Come on. You got some of these nail techs that do your nails. They get more food stamps than an American. They live in Section 8 apartments in New York City. Chinatown, you think they paying the regular rent? No, they're not paying regular rent in Chinatown. They're paying discounted rent for them being in this country. They think that they're just hurting us. No. Now, let me see. Let me get to this. And y'all better stay y'all tails out of the airports, because guess what? Let me get back to Diddy, but guess what? The air traffic controller briefly lose radar access again to Newark Airport. The head air traffic control president said it is not safe to fly. Now they are pushing hard to eliminate Section 8 housing vouchers, slashing federal funding at an alarming rate. It's time to get your heat together. The South Africans have begun to arrive. First white South Africans to arrive in the United States despite Trump's refuge freeze. Now, let me tell you something. While we over here worrying about who lying and who not lying with Uppity and Tate, we got some people moving in. Now, let me tell you what happened in D.C., Potomac, and Alexandria, and Falls Church. A lot of government workers moved out of their homes. 800,000, 900,000, 1.7 million, 2 million. And these immigrants are allowed, white African immigrants, Elon Musk, they're just allowed to move into these homes. Hell, the homes belong to the bank. And they're moving in. And Elon Musk is getting richer and richer, and they try to steal money from Americans. And Donald Trump is not talking to the American people about empty ports where your food is coming in, my food is coming in. He ain't saying a damn thing. And you are right, Mimi. There's a measles outbreak in Orange County, New York, due to international traffic. I'm telling you, allegedly, in my opinion, this is for entertainment purpose only. They trying to make America not great again, white again. And that's why I tell you it's very important that you don't be doing things in big, large groups. Don't start marching. Don't y'all dare go out there and start marching. Don't do it. So we had a celebrity come out. Now listen to what she says. Charlene Therson says daughters have zero respect for her. There was a time when there was a lot of white celebrities adopting black children. According to the Illuminati, if you do not want to sacrifice your own, give us something to sacrifice. Come on now. I'm going to tell you that this is a nasty, nasty world. And Donald Trump knows all about pizza time. Ellen, who was allowed to leave the United States. Y'all think Justin Bieber is not afraid for his life to come out and say, the women you thought was gay, they want to play sometimes. Now, it said that Ellen was infatuated with Justin Bieber. Ellen, why the Kardashians are not hauled into a court anywhere? You mean to tell me they did nothing? Because now they're talking about opening up Alcatraz, sending black prisoners out of the country. Did anybody stop to tell your senators and congressmen that black women born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s, we are the threat? Did anybody stop to tell them that? That we know how to make a way out of no way? And I'm going to tell you, you think Bay and Jay, everything they've been pushing out, Megan Thee Stallion stepped out of place at the Met Gala. Why you think Rihanna runs over to her country? I know they tried to get into an ICE detention center the other day. Yep. Do you know that the millionaires, if you ain't got enough millions for the government, that they are sending the Mexican, Dominicans, Colombians, El Salvadorians out of this country? So now the millionaires have no one to work in their farms to pull up their lettuce, their cabbage, their tomatoes, their grapes. And they got farms that the food is just dying. Yes, babe. Miss Gal's house in Portsmouth. Oh. Thank you, baby. Take her to the house. Take them to the house. Mm-hmm. Somebody will pick them up. Uh-huh. Thank you, baby. Yes, baby. I just love that man. Oh, my God. Yep. They're moving out of this country. You know they warned Drake. Did y'all see how fast Drake sold all his properties in LA? Speak, Miss Hardy. They don't have no one to clean their mansions. But wait a minute. Don't forget, some of the little black kids they got that they didn't adopt for them to be their children in loving care. They hired them to be their nannies. You will take care of my kids 24/7. You don't get to sleep in a nice room. You sleep in the basement in New York City, basement, and you come upstairs and take care of these children that I have. Isn't this what they did to black nannies back in the day, where the black nannies was sometime breastfeeding their children? We need to let everybody know we will never, ever be where we were. And we need to come up on out of this fighting each other. Let it die. New Jersey Mayor Riseborough was arrested at a protest yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my Tim. Saber, he is a slow run out for governor. I live in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tanya, for dropping links, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got to act like we're in a hurry. We need to educate each other as fast as we can. Tell people what they need to do that can help themselves around their house. Now, I want to tell you this. They told us that in Virginia, I just want to show you this. This is personally for me, that our Dominion energy bills in Virginia are going up 20%. But that's just for me. Okay, but listen to this. Women, this is for your ears. It cost me immensely. American women who voted for Trump becomes casualty in this war. It cost this white woman. When people voted for Donald Trump, most knew that his policies would likely tear apart families. being miserably upon countless of Americans. Despite this, millions still voted for him, the most powerful position in the country. And now the very ones who put him in the White House are finding out how bad the president is making things. In an emotional post, one woman described how Trump's deportation policy has ruined her own family, her partner, and the father of her daughter was sent back to his country. She said she met her partner 16 years ago. We were both in high school. This man became her first love, first boyfriend, and the father of her first child. It's a sweet story of a high school sweetheart. But now he's been extradited back to his country. And he's been in America most of his life. And there is little sympathy or regret for Trump voters. He don't care. See, what they mistake in, the mistake was they thought that Project 2025 was just for the black and brown. That Project 2025 was also for the middle class, the poor, the lower class, the black, the brown, and white folk too. See, they didn't count on that. Now the white folks is asking us to come out of our house and put on our marching shoes. Y'all better stay in the house. Yes, Project 2025 is affecting everybody. And let me tell you this. Do you know the House just passed to rename Mexico? The Gulf of Mexico to be renamed Gulf of America under bill passed by the U.S. House. The U.S. House approved a measure Thursday, y'all, while we was over there talking about really foo-foo, no face, no case. That they was over there through an executive order, renamed the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. The bill, which was passed on a nearly party line vote, 211 to 206, calls on the head of each federal agency to update each document and map. Now, if y'all go to Google, it's already there. This, with the new name within the 6 months of enactment, I'm going to tell you, Don Bacon of Nebraska was the only Republican to vote against the measure. They getting tired. And see, Brother Don Bacon, he wasn't caught in those rooms. See, every time they go kiss the ring at Mar-a-Lago, you see them roughing back because something happened there and it's recorded. And I believe they're using a lot of blackmail, allegedly. Now, let me tell you something. I read in a good New York Times that the reason why the Epstein list of the big baller shot callers wasn't shown because of the United States government needs money. You're going to have to pay to stay out of the newspaper. Y'all, I'm telling you, Epstein is not dead. Y'all didn't even hear about the woman, Maxine Gillum. Where's she at, y'all? You mean to tell me we always get everybody's prison progress and you ain't heard nothing about her prison progress? Perhaps they sentenced her to prison, but she really didn't go to one. Okay. GoFundMes. Now, let me tell you about these GoFundMes. I think some of them are frivolous and phony. You know why? Because I would give to a GoFundMe if somebody's house burned down, if there was a family or families being displaced. So they decide to start a GoFundMe for this black man in Ohio. They removed the GoFundMe for the man accused of killing an Ohio deputy. He went to trial. And when he went into that courtroom, every police on the police force was standing inside of that courtroom looking at him like, we gonna get you when this is over. We showing your face for everybody to see it, but we're gonna turn around and we're gonna get you. Don't worry. But for his legal defense, now y'all know, for his legal defense, they shut down his GoFundMe. It no longer exists. 23,000 was taken away. And you got these people around here, being fraudulent. And this black man right here killed because his son was killed. Now, wait a minute. Now, as I read into the story, I don't know the reason why his son had a weapon. His son, in fact, had a weapon, and he was shot by a deputy. He was found running out of a stolen car. Are we going to look at this and in true fact and true form, this is going to be self-defense? My husband said, I don't understand. This is self-defense. Why are they going so hard for this man? He came into jail with blood from here to here. They already probably been beating him. He don't care because he lost his son. Yes, her house is in the middle of nowhere, and she could be on house arrest, and Epstein is with her. 100 in the chat, 50 likes. You know, y'all hit the like button for me. But let me tell you this, because they aren't kidding. This is a threat. People are warning against attending the 2026 Cup in the U.S. because J.D. Vance, look at this, y'all. They aren't kidding. This is a threat. People are warning against attending the 2026 World Cup in the U.S. after J.D. Vance made a joke about deporting the visitors. This was yesterday. I don't know who is losing their mind faster. Is it J.D. Vance or Donald Trump or Elon Musk? Okay. Y'all, transportation is not safe. The cop who blanked the kid finally releases footage on his cam, and the father was upset, and the police lied when the father left seeing the footage. He went straight after the cop there. Oh, okay. Come on, people, hit the like button. Y'all be careful. Amtrak just announced they're firing people too. Our transportation is not being safe. And I'm going to tell you something. Is this an easy way to merge people into martial law? Planes falling out the sky. I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared. We got the Amtrak losing, employees, essential employees. They getting ready to cut SNAP benefits as of 2 hours ago. The Trump administration proposes cuts to SNAP benefits. Washington, next star. A major political battle is brewing on Capitol Hill as the House Republicans push for sweeping changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP, the nation's largest food assistance program. The proposed plan includes $230 billion in cuts over the next decade, along with stricter work requirements and increased oversight by the state. This is starvation. The FBI should be looking for advance for the Pope with the yeah. He made a negative remark about the Pope. Martial law can only be called as civil unrest. That means if the people I'm running the streets and starting riots and burning stuff up, that is how you call martial law. But Saber, let's be real. They're doing a lot of things that is not according to regulations. No. Tiffany said our governor in Louisiana has made it so you can't buy sodas or snacks with food stamps. Control, dictatorship, be vigilant. You got to go back. Talking with the laws he's been passing in the background has been helping him push martial law because we won't go out in the streets like he wants us to. That's the goal. He want us to go out there and holler and walk down the street. See, when you are hollering, you're not getting your point across. Hold on, because nobody comes here without my consent. Hold on 1 second. Let me answer my. Sorry about that delivery. Okay. Martial law can be okay. Let's see. Our governor, let's see. Yes, he is Donald Trump Jr. Listen, you don't even see Ivanka like you used to on social thing. So my thing with the SNAP program, it says we have to be better and smarter and more international about how we're spending that money. I'm telling y'all, they're going to make it so that everything is going to be so high that it's not even going to be worth spending money. We have to be vigilant on how we spend our money. Okay, hold on. I want to tell y'all that it's not safe out here. Now, let's talk about Smokey Robinson. Y'all need to go check out Simone Redwine on Smokey Robinson. Now, 85 years old, y'all. I want to give y'all a little taste. You mean to tell me all these present people who have committed crimes, y'all going back to black folks, okay? Now listen to this. Smokey Robinson, let's just do story time. Smokey Robinson, 85 years old. 85, okay? Now listen to what he's accused of. Smokey Robinson, 85, and wife sued by 4 women as star accused of roping staff after luring them to camera-less rooms. Now listen to this. Smokey Robinson has been accused of multiple former employees in his home after luring them to rooms with no camera. The Motown legend, 85, is being sued by 4 women who claim his wife helped carry out the alleged assaults. Now, she ain't touched nobody. Now, this is Smokey Robinson's wife now. They saying that Smokey and Frances Robinson were messing with these staff members, okay? Robinson is being accused of SBSA false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile environment, filed in Los Angeles on Tuesday. His wife, Frances Robinson, is accused, she's being accused of knowing. Not that she did anything. She knew about the alleged assaults and doing nothing about them. So she should be charged because she knew. All four of Robinson's alleged victims have chosen to remain unnamed and are referred to as Jane Doe. Now, didn't Diddy just have a case thrown out of New York because there could be no Jane Does? Didn't Jay-Z just successfully get his case dismissed because the Jane Does didn't want to tell their real government name? Now, I believe them too. I believe them. But listen to this. The women worked as housekeepers for the Robinsons at their mansion from 2007 to 2024. 2007. So when the first alleged SA occurred, you didn't go to the police that night, that day, the next week, the next month, the next year. Each of the women accused Robinson, and listen to this, forcefully touching their entire bodies, including their vajays, their breasts, their legs, their abdomen, their lips, and face. All four claimed that they didn't consent to Robinson's alleged SA. One of Jane Doe's claimed Robinson started SAing her in 2016. Hold on, because I got my thing out and it is pouring raining. Hold on. Oh, good. My awnings were out, y'all. My awnings were out. Okay. So he first started in 2016 with her. The former employee claims that when she was home alone with the singer at his house, Robinson would text her and ask her to meet at places in the house that didn't have home surveillance videos. He would then summons her to either the laundry room or the garage where there were no cameras. The women's claim Robinson would then SA her, rope her where no cameras could see. She alleged Robbins would threaten her by saying he would make his wife be mean to her if she didn't oblige. The former worker also claimed that Robinson's wife had settled previous cases with women who suffered similar alleged assaults. Yep. The most recent claim was another housekeeper claiming in a lawsuit that she was first SA'd just a month after she started cleaning the couple's house, when Robinson was 83 years old. Smokey Robinson rose to fame as a singer after founding the Miracles in 1955. I don't care about that. The housekeeper said Robinson would take his wife to the nail salon on Saturdays and rush home to be alone with his alleged victim. She claimed Robinson would rope her on his bed and ignore her resistance. The anonymous housekeeper says she quit the job in February 2024 due to the alleged assaults. Another woman identified as Jane Doe number 3. Now listen to this. Alleged Robinson roped her over 20 times throughout her employment. She claimed that on one occasion, Robinson offered her $500 to let him give her oral, which she refused. She resigned from her job April 2024 due to alleged assaults and intense work environment. The fourth woman identified as Jane Doe number 4 said in addition to working as a housekeeper, she was employed as Francis's personal assistant cook and hairdresser. Jane Doe number 4 claims Robinson allegedly roped her for the first time on a trip to his home in Las Vegas in 2007. She also said she traveled with the couple and never got paid for it. All 4 women claimed that the couple didn't pay them minimum wage, holiday pay, or overtime when they worked more than 8 hours. They said in court docs that the couple never provided them with wage statements for the hours they worked. Let me see what y'all saying. Tiffany, I don't know how poor people will survive in the southern states. Let me see this one. Those poor women in certain cultures, rape is blamed on the victims. Yeah, but they never identify what these women were, black, white. They never said it. All 4 of the accusers says Francis Robinson contributed to a hostile work environment by regularly screaming at them. The women claim Francis used racial slurs, and derogatory language when yelling at them. 3 of the Jane Does said that they were hesitant to come forward because they were worried that the legal battle might affect their immigration status. Smokey needs to be arrested for tax evasion. They were all from Mexico. Wow. These women are suing Robinson for $50 million. Robinson has yet to speak publicly about the allegations, which I have a response from him. I do. Robinson was so mad, he did make a statement, y'all. He made a statement that this is absurd. He is appalled. And we grew up with Smokey Robinson. I've never seen him raise his voice ever. And guess what happened? The same type of lawsuit, except for the SA, was bought on Tracy Ellis, was bought on Brandy, that they worked through Kim Kardashian, that they worked through breaks and traveling and wasn't getting paid. Hello, beauties. Hi, dark and lovely. So, y'all, put a 1 in the chat if you think that Smokey Robinson at 83 years old could do this. At 83. 83 years old. This last case, I believe he might have did it in his earlier years. But like I said, we've never heard anything about Smokey Robinson. Monique B said no. We don't know Smokey like those poor women who suffered, right? One, Mimi said they did. She feels like they did. He did it. Tiffany said, nope, no, I don't want to believe that. We don't want to believe a lot of things. But, hey, sometimes when people get money, they feel entitled. So we're going to watch how this play out. All right, for all my subscribers that live on the West Coast, in California in particularly, there have been a deadly illness spreading rapidly on the West Coast. 590 cases are in California right now. It's not just measles making a fierce comeback in 2025. Another disease that especially dangerous to young women, known as pertussin or whooping cough, is spreading nearly twice as fast. As of April 26th, the latest data available for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, 9,047 cases have been identified in the U.S. in 2025. Yeah, I have to see proof, but I believe he did it. We don't want to believe R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15 years old. That's true. There's nearly twice as many as there were in the last year of 44,700. Whooping cough tends to peak in the spring and fall. It usually spreads through respiratory droplets in the air when people with potassium cough, sneeze, or breathe close to others. The symptoms are similar to a cold, but the cold becomes increasingly severe with a distinctive sound, a woof, as people try to take in air. The illness is most dangerous in infants that are too young to fight, too young to get the vaccines. Experts say the vaccine preventive illnesses like measles and whooping cough could be indicative of changing attitudes towards vaccines. Listen, I really feel that these people want us to take these vaccines. I mean, I'm not taking any more vaccines, and that is for sure. Okay. Yeah. Something about the SA cases with Smokey sounds off, but we can't put it past because we are learning that American is nasty. We are learning that sex is power, and it's people are coming to speak out now. These people are Mexican. Will they make it through the whole trial, or will they be deported? Hey, look at Simon. Portia about to walk away with a grip, because Simon ain't gonna never be able to fight Portia and win successfully. He's just taking up the court's time. Also in California on the West Coast, I want to let everybody know the first boats carrying Chinese goods with 145% tariffs are arriving in LA. Shipments are cut in half. Expect shortages soon. I've been telling you this. American consumers are on the cusp of tough choices because of President Donald 47. Ships now pulling into the U.S. harbors from China are the first to be subject to the massive tariffs that American is imposing on most Chinese imports. That means in a matter of weeks, consumers will face higher prices and shortages on containers, certain items. Imports from China has fallen dramatically since Trump imposed steep tariffs, particularly since last month when the tit-for-tat trade war sent the tariffs to 145. This week, we're down about 35% compared to the same thing last year. And these cargo ships coming in are the first ones to be attached to the tariffs. Y'all go get your canned foods, go get your rice, go get whatever you need. The Port of LA had expected 80 ships to arrive in May, but 20% of those have been canceled. Customers have already canceled 13 sailing for June. That means June 13 that was coming in, they've all been canceled. And you should know, you don't know how long this is going to last. Either Trump is going to give up or China not gonna do it. They're gonna not punk down to Trump, okay? So shortages and price hikes. Rather than import goods to the United States, some retailers are choosing to pay to store their products in Chinese warehouses because it's cheaper than paying the tariffs. That means everything is going to be pulling in. So now they can pay 60% to store that until these tariffs go away. A 60% decline in containers means 60% less stuff arriving. Y'all, Donald Trump is saying we will not have no Christmas this year. And we don't have to. Chris Brown is being sued, and he done dragged in Riri in a $500 million defamation lawsuit against Warner Brothers. They done dragged in pregnant Riri. Can somebody please tell me again how these tariffs are beneficial to the United States? They're not beneficial to us. It will affect the United States, the pharmaceutical drugs, everyone. If you're on medication, high blood pressure, heart medication, look, those tariffs.
Today's meeting between the president and the prime minister also comes a day after Trump announced tariffs on pharmaceuticals are in the works. President Trump signed an executive order yesterday aimed at attracting pharmaceutical companies to build new plants here in the U.S. He says it is to address drug prices and availability. He also said that pharmaceutical tariff rates could be announced over the next 2 weeks. About 75% of our drugs come from overseas, amounting to nearly $8 billion in imports. China remains a leading source of our prescription drugs. Industry experts warn that tariffs on pharmaceuticals could actually drive up drug prices and increase shortages. Drugs and medicines have historically been immune to tariffs due to concerns of access and the health of patients. Today's meeting between the president and the prime minister also.
A lot of the prescription medication comes from China. Are you ready that if you go to your pharmacy, CVS, Walgreens, that you may not be able to get your medication? Please look up vitamins that you can take with your medication. And that's how we wean my husband off of some of his medication, by going to a pharmaceutical store, and they will tell you what vitamins to take with half of your pills. Now, I'm not telling you go get caught. You go get checked and see what you can do in case your medication don't come in. I'm stocking up on my asthma medication and other medications way back last year when you warned us. Thank you. Why Riri been catching shots? Hey, Riri ain't innocent. From what I was told, for real, Riri got caught being dirty, nasty at a party where Jay-Z was. Chris Brown walked in on her and saw it. She ran after Chris Brown. They started fighting in the car. She threw Chris Brown keys out the car and he hit her. That is not a justification for hitting her. But she did not stand up to say, wait a minute, I did something to him first. This is why he did this. And Chris Brown was blacklisted for a very long time because the truth did not come out. He did the tariffs on China to 145. He's going to drop them and call it a win. He wants to be the problem and the solution. I agree.
What's the name on it? What's the number on this app?
Hello?
Hey, what's the address on the house?
Okay, hold on, baby. Let me look it up. Hold on. All right? Wait a minute, babe.
Huh?
I said, wait 1 second. I'm looking it up
All
for
right.
you.
All right.
It is 911 South Street.
9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this 9/11, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we at the right house.
All right, baby. Thank you.
All right.
Do you see a red Mustang out there?
No, I don't see nothing out here.
All right.
Who's supposed to be picking the kids up?
I don't know.
Does she know she's supposed to be home?
Yeah, she's home. Go knock on her door.
I don't see no red Mustang, though.
I know. Okay.
All right, go knock on the door.
All right. Bye-bye. I really wish the people around her would stop lying to him and tell him the truth already. I started stockpiling meds when I knew ass was running again. Mm-hmm. Marcelo Chris Brown beat his mammy and all his girlfriends constantly. He did. And he had a problem, and he has a problem. Exactly. He wants to look like a hero. Oh, Sabra. You know, Sabra is going to bring in her political style as usual. Let me see now. Let me see. So Chris Brown is bringing in Riri in his lawsuit, y'all. LA shipments are cut. I also wanted the farmers to let y'all know but baby, now hit this like button for this next tea. Hit this like button for this next tea. Time, tell me what my likes is. Hit the like button. Y'all know I'm big for likes, but YouTube want to see likes. Y'all put them likes on my shorts too now. Y'all go over there and watch me dancing and acting up. Okay, listen to this. Now, y'all, you know that Bill Gates said that between 2046, there's not going to be any American workers. There's going to be all robots, right? Yeah, okay. Well, they already started the robots working. Baby, 4 days ago. Miss Davis.
Hey, Miss Davis, it's Jasmine. I'm here.
Okay. My husband is there.
And he has a
It's
Subaru.
van.
Okay. All righty.
And the medication is in the bag.
All right.
All
Got
right.
it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. Gotta wait to the... A violent humanoid robot snaps, attacks factory worker in wild video, went full Terminator. 4 days ago. Let me show y'all this. Listen, it was like a real life rock'em sock'em. That's what the rock'em sock'em. The rise of the machine seemed closer than we might want to think. Freaky footage captured the moment that a humanoid robot seemingly snapped and lashed out at its handler like something out of a sci-fi thriller. Now I'm going to show y'all the video. This is what the machine uprising might look like. Now look at the machine, y'all. This is the machine. Okay, I'm going to show y'all the video. The robot seemingly lunges at one of the handlers, right? It is unsettling, the clip, which was shot at an undisclosed factory in China. The bot is seen dangling from a constructor crane on the factory floor. Robots run this burger restaurant and can serve your meal in 27 seconds, okay? They appear to be testing humanoid droids' capabilities. So they telling you one of their capabilities, get out of line and we're going to put you back in line. The two are chatting away when all of a sudden the automated bike goes berserk, flailing its arms and legs about in a spectacle that invokes a failed prototype from the RoboCop movie. At one point, the raging machine lunges forward while swinging and dragging the stand along with it. Now, look at the picture. The robot is on his stand right here. The robot was dragging this along with him. Okay. At one point, okay, along with it, as the men tried to avoid getting robopped. Okay. Now look at this. The robot appears to try to robop a worker. Camera one. Look at camera one now. During the wreckage, the computer falls to the floor while several other items are knocked off the table. The clip concludes with one of the men flanking the angry automation and dragging its stand back into its place. So they had to run, and somebody had to get behind the stand and pull it back and to stop a cybernetic rampage. The machine lies dormant before running amok. It was just, the robot was just standing there. And then it began to become violent. It says terrifying study. Look at the look at the computer. The woman is a computer, and the one with no face, no case. See the one with no face, no case? Terrifying study reveals AI robots have passed Turing tests and are now indistinguishable. Look at this word now. Indistinguishable. Indistinguishable from humans. That means you cannot do nothing with that, okay? Viewers saw the malfunction as a sign that robot revelation was upon us, with many appropriately referring to the Terminator film. Went full Terminator. Baby, the robots are coming. You go in the grocery store, they're going to be bagging your stuff. They're going to be doing everything. And they did not want to show the video because the video was working at one time. And now the video is no longer working. Okay, so now, y'all, since y'all ain't got enough money, the robot knows it's being overworked and underpaid. The handlers was running, girl. This robot would go crazy if you're injured one of their own or if you try to hurt the robot. Yep. Talking mess, that's not a regular employee you can talk mess to and not catch no okay. Now, y'all know that the billionaires is getting ready for something big, okay? The US has 21 trillion underground networks for only the wealthy to hide out near extinction. The North American Aerospace Defense Command NORAD bunker located in the Cheyenne Mountains. Now, I want to bring something to your attention. Remember when you seen them white Chinese balloons over the Cheyenne Mountains? Now they got a bunker. The bunker is the most famous in the world. Now a former government official say a new bunker has been built to save the super wealthy from a near extinction event. North American Aerospace Defense. Look, the U.S. had built a secret underground city costing $21 trillion where the ultra wealthy can hide out during a near extinction. How are they going to get there? Okay, Catherine Austin Fitts, who served as the Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under President Bush, made the shocking allegations on former Fox Network Tucker Carlson. Y'all, they getting ready for something. Are you ready? Because, I mean, all I can say is trust God, Whatever happens, gonna happen. Don't panic. Do what you can now. So let's think this through. You think a bunch of billionaires are going to do laundry, ain't going to on to the kitchen, cooking and cleaning and so on. You notice all these kids that have been kidnapped. Those tunnels are under Los Angeles. I heard those tunnels can get you all the way to Las Vegas. Under a lot of those millionaire houses. The tunnels are under Los Angeles and Las Vegas. You're right. Yep. I'm going to give me some Doritos. I'm starving. Like I said, the Trump administration, they've been ordered to admit thousands of refugees. I get my news from Newsbreak. He was ordered to admit. So Trump has ordered, the federal judge has ordered Trump administration to allow 12,000 additional refugees in the country. But you know what? They're letting South Africans in, whites, not blacks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you know dozens of stolen Rolls Royces was stolen from Norfolk, and they got the police riding around looking for these cars. Okay, here goes Smokey Robinson. I had to tell y'all a day ago. Smokey Robinson blasts vow lawsuit where housekeepers accuse him of that and calls it a money grab. So this is what Smokey say, y'all.
Our food depends really on.
We got to cut the music out. Smokey Robinson is slamming false allegations made by 4 housekeepers. And he said that
An architecture of plants.
Wait till this commercial.
For this, we need new methods, going back to the source, going back to the wild plants which contain genes for resistant or disease, so we don't need to spread the plant.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Bam. Smokey Robinson is bump that. Let me tell y'all, read it what he said. In a statement to the Independent on Wednesday, Smokey Robinson's lawyer, Christopher Frost, wrote, "We are responding on behalf of our clients, Smokey and Francis Robinson. We will have more to say in the coming days as we make our legal response in time." Mr. Robinson will respond with his own words. As the case progresses, the evidence, the crucial element that guides us, will show that this is simply an ugly method of trying to extract money from an 85-year-old American icon. $50 million to be exact. Through this process, we have seen bizarre tactics of yesterday's news conference as the plaintiff's attorney outlined vile false allegations against Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, trying to enlist the public as an unwitting participant in the media circus as they're trying to create. We ask everyone following this case to reserve judgment as the evidence comes to light and all of the actual facts of the case unfold. The statement continues, "We will be addressing the numerous aspects of the complaint that defy credulity, as well as issues relating to the purported timelines, inconsistencies, and relationships between the plaintiffs and others. We will be asking the court to dismiss that lawsuit. We will also be asking the court to address that their statements to the press about Mr. Robinson, the plaintiff's attorney, have reached beyond the bounds of liberties that even lawyers are typically allowed in this contest. We will have more to say on this matter as we fiercely defend our clients against these false allegations. The work to protect their good name." In a civil lawsuit Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court, the alleged victims, Jane Does 1 through 4. Y'all, we're going to, I mean, Francis Robinson was, I just want to tell y'all that, hi, pretty brown eyes. Y'all, this is Jane Cochran of YouTube, Pretty Brown Eyes. We have a good free weekend, not bound to the stupid lawsuit. Yep, I told my people, I'm not. Hey, Nita, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who came in. We got much more serious things to be concerned about. I'm going to tell y'all, stay safe, be careful, don't be in crowded spaces, because those MAGA lunatics, I ain't lying, they done turned on Donald Trump. As of yesterday, more and more are coming out against Donald Trump. MAGA conspiracy theorist turns on Trump admin after accusing Pam Bondi of covering up Epstein files. The White House already knows who's on the list. And this man was sued for a lot of his money for a statement he made about, remember all those children died? Oh, yes. You got a lot of them turning on Donald Trump. And veterans, black, white, and indifferent, they are upset about the shakeups at the veteran hospital. They calling for reform to help the veterans. And people out here getting foolish GoFundMes. And we could be helping a veteran in our area. Michael Jackson's mother celebrates her 95th birthday. She is a strong woman. I want y'all to watch out for bees and everything. Trump aides are hoarding supplies of toilet paper, food, and cash as the tariff insiders feel chaos, because they are in there and they're hearing what this man is saying. So, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I promise y'all I'm going to be back maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, where we can do some willy foo-foo stuff. But again, I want to tell y'all that misdiagnosis is in the hospital. She's a mother. She needs prayer, truthfully, with what's going on. And so I will not be doing a parody about misdiagnosis. You know, I just don't think, I think that would be heartless of me, knowing that she's going through a circumstance. So, y'all, keep misdiagnosis in prayer. I know that she be off the chain, but baby, we all need prayer, and just say a little special prayer for her. I really love each and every one of y'all. Y'all celebrate y'all time with y'all children. Make every day a holiday. It don't have to be scheduled on a calendar to appreciate, for your children to appreciate you. Prayers for everyone. And I love you all. And y'all have a very blessed weekend. But I'll be back tomorrow. I promise you. I promise you. I just been busy all week. I'm going to visit my mom tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's not raining, but I will make it there by Sunday. I want to tell y'all all, hit my like button. Pray for those who spitefully misuse you. That's right. Everybody want to paint me as a monster, but I'm good. I got a good heart. All right, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will check you in the next.